What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. Today we got a lot to talk about. It is the end of June. We're entering into summertime activities, and the economy ain't doing so well. There's a lot of stuff that's about to happen that you need to be on the lookout for July. July is going to be a really pivotal month for the economy. It is going to be crazy. As you know, Hustlers Kung Fu Live is brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu lifeskills.com. Go there and get 30 days to 2500, the original course. It's a free course to help you start your business. All right, let's do a little housekeeping. Let me go ahead and get into what I need to get into. Let me do what I need to do real quick. All right. So, this is what I believe is going to happen. As you know, the moratoriums on evictions are in many states have expired. In about 25 states, they've expired. And what's going to happen as we go along this thing, by the end of July, most states on the a moratorium against evictions will expire. So what this is going to do is produce a wave of evictions. And because we've never dealt with anything like this before, because we've never had to do anything, it's going to be a disaster. What's going to happen is because there's going to be so many landlords filing for evictions that there's going to create a backlog. So there will be some people who will be going through the eviction process instead of, like, it used to be you missed your rent in May, they got you out in May. There will be an extension. There'll be 2 and 3 and 4 months to get people out. And each month that they don't pay their rent, they get further and further behind. So we're going to have this cascading wave of evictions, and this is going to explode the homeless population. Remember what I was talking about, that the YouTube channel, Soft White Underbelly, Invisible People. This is what's coming. Those populations are about to swell up. They're about to explode. Unless Congress gets together and they extend these moratoriums. But it don't seem that they are really looking at that, because right now, Trump and company are duking it out over this next stimulus check thing, and I haven't even heard that mentioned. Someone put in the comments that they were going to extend the $600 per week additional unemployment benefit. I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm going to tell you why. We had employers competing against their tax dollars. We had employers who could not get their employees back because they were making too much money on unemployment. They're going to fix that. If they extend it, it may be an additional 300 or something like that, but they're not going to then extend this additional $600. It ain't going to happen. I know there are many people out there who's like, the people are hurting, Glendon. They got to do it, man. They got to extend these benefits. They got to help the people out. To that notion, I would say corporate America got trillions of dollars and the American people got like 1.2 trillion. Who's really getting the help? Also, unemployment continued to climb. For 14 consecutive weeks, unemployment benefits filings have been over 1.5 million. All right, this is June. States are opening up. Wait a minute. Many states that are opening up, especially Texas, had to slow their roll because, as predicted here on this channel, the infection rate would spike, and the infection rate has jumped. It has jumped in many, many states. Oddly enough, it hasn't spiked here in Georgia. I don't understand why, but it hasn't. So many of these states, the governor of Texas had to come back and like, hey, we're getting ready to slow this down. We ain't going to do this the way that we thought we were going to do this. So there's a problem. This July is going to be a pivotal month. First of all, if we don't fix this problem of this massive level of rolling evictions, the homeless population is going to spike. Then 2, we have a problem where people are still getting laid off. So we got a problem with that. And then we have a problem with the Donald and the GOP Senate and the Democratic House. They can't really get together on anything. Now, because it's an election year, I feel that there will, let me go ahead and explain this. It's an election year. I've been saying that all kind of magical things can happen during an election year. And when Donald saw the lack of attendance at his rallies, Donald was like, oh yeah, we're going to do a check. Until that moment, Donald Trump was like, we ain't trying to cut a stimulus check. I want, to see a cut in payroll taxes. They weren't trying to do another check. But the reality of Donald Trump's election chances dawned upon him. It's like, whoa, this ain't going the way that I thought it was going to go. So let me go ahead and give the people another check. And like the Democrats, they put in a law where they could not create another check with Donald's name on it. Because, he went ahead and had it where, the checks had his name on it. So that they can't do that. But if we continue to have this massive level, because, 6.6 is a truly staggering number of people to be laid off. 1.5 million people per week is double what has happened in previous recessions. So even though it has tamped down from 6.6 to 1.5 million, it is still extraordinarily high. And this is something else too. Someone wanted to challenge me talking about fear mongering, but let me show you this article here. Let me find it. All right, here it is. And I talked about this in the previous video, and I had some clappity clap back. The extra 600 unemployment benefits will end before July 31st. This article was written June 26. For tens of millions of Americans receiving unemployment benefits, the extra 600 boost will run out shorter than expected. The 600 payments from the federal pandemic unemployment compensation were put in place as part of the $2.2 trillion CARES Act Congress passed in late March amid the pandemic. Americans who are eligible for unemployment insurance receive an extra $600 on top of what they normally claim under their state benefits. Yet this boost is scheduled to end on or before July 31st. July 31st falls this year on a Friday, which is a problem because states typically pay out unemployment benefits on a weekly cycle that ends on Saturday or Sunday. And because of the wording of the CARES Act, that means states will end the 600 extra payments on July 25th or 26th. How's that for a little clap back? Don't be trying to fact check me without fact checking. Coming at me with your emotions and your assumptions. Like I said, like I put out. So essentially, you only got 3 more weeks of this generous $600 package. And I don't think they're going to extend it. I don't care how many more people get unemployed because, the GOP Senate have seen that business owners were struggling to get their employees back because the employees were making more money on unemployment than they were working. That's a problem. They're going to fix that. They're not going to extend this additional $600. They're not going to do it because they've seen the damage, the carnage, people trying to get their employees back and calling them up. It's like, hey, I got the PPP loan. You can come back to work. I hate you. What? I hate you. Because they were making more money sitting at home and on unemployment. I told y'all months ago that was going to be a problem. Humans. Luxuries once tasted become necessities. So that's going, because essentially Congress has got to do something this month in July. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to create some additional stimulus plans. What is about to happen is sheer chaos. We will have more people unemployed. We will have a massive level of unemployment. And also, this is why July is going to be a pivotal month. Because hopefully they will extend the eviction moratoriums. Because if they don't extend them, van life, car life, we go into Big Mama's house. All of this is about to be, because essentially, as I was saying in the other video last night, the economic dodgeball, first of all, the first dodgeball that hits you, donk, unemployed. Donk, you get evicted? It's, because let's talk about homelessness. Once a person falls into homelessness, it is so hard to climb out of that. It is extraordinarily hard. Now, when I was homeless, I didn't get evicted because I left. I went to the leasing office. I told them I didn't have the money. I told them I would be out because I understood. I'm not paying these people. I don't get to expect to stay. And, and I was out. I went in before the end of the month. I turned in the keys. We walked through the apartment. The apartment was clean. And they did not put that eviction on my credit report because I made it easy for them. But see, right now, there's a lot of folks right now who they going to stay until the sheriff and the moving company come and put their stuff out on the curb. This is what they're going to do. And once you lose your job, once you get evicted, you become inhuman. One of the biggest issues that homeless people have is having a mailing address. When you fill out a job application, they ask you, where do you live? You homeless? I live at the corner of 5th and Elwood. Sometimes, I'm over here by the Crenshaw Park. So many things are impacted when you become homeless and you get evicted. And we're going to see a wide spectrum of America go through this process. Unless Congress goes ahead and reenacts and extends this moratorium. And they got to put in some protections for the landlords because the landlords are not evil people. The landlords, due to the great American credit indoctrination system, they leverage to their teeth. I know there's some people, it's like everybody's not leveraged, and that is true. Everyone is not leveraged. Just most of America's leveraged. Most, not everybody. Like, there was a Michael Jordan, there was a LeBron James, there was a Prince. There's extraordinary people in every walk of life, and there are like many landlords whose all their properties are paid off. They can ride this thing out. Only thing they got to do is pay the property taxes and insurance, and they can work out a deal with their tenants. It's like, look, for this period, give me whatever you can give me so I can pay these carrying costs, and they good. But I have been watching the forums. I've been watching people freak out. I've been watching the Airbnb people. I have seen no less than 10 Airbnb properties put to the market for sale because with the loss of that Airbnb income, they could not pay their bills. So there will have to be some protection for the landlords in the next stimulus. Because like I said, I'm going to start doing stimulus update videos. Because, with Donald, like, hey, these folks didn't show up. They don't love me like they loved me before. What's going on? You know what? I'm going to give America another stimulus check. That's what I'm going to do. And that's going to happen. There will be another stimulus check, probably $1,200. They're going to vote it in where the check comes in August or September. And, but hopefully, because I'm going to have to start doing some research on what kind of stimulus stuff they're going to do. Because, see, this is real. Like I said, one of the reasons I did not get onto the stimulus check YouTube pimp is it was mostly BS. It was mostly BS. I mean, it's like, okay, you're talking about a potential. And, once again, America, I didn't understand you. And once I started to do some investigation, like, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. So let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. Let me see. Well, let's bring it up. Here on Facebook. COVID-19 stimulus check update. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, 8 groups, 9 groups, 10. Look at all these groups about the stimulus check updates. I did not. Stimulus checks, child support. Let me click on that. It only has 738 members. But these are all these stimulus check update groups on Facebook. I mean, I did not understand. I did not have a clue. I wasn't in tune to America. Where is my stimulus money group? So there it is. And this is one of the reasons that these stimulus check video updates have done so well, is that so many people are in desperate need of this money. I was completely unaware. I was completely out of the loop. I was disconnected. I did not have my finger on the pulse of America because I didn't understand. I from an intellectual standpoint knew that 80% of Americans could not come up with $2,000 cash for an emergency in 30 days. That I knew, but I did not know how bad it was until I began to see these stimulus check videos explode. And then I did a little bit more research, and I found out about the stimulus check Facebook groups. And more than likely on Reddit, matter of fact, let me see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's even on Reddit. Stimulus check Reddit. Daily stimulus check group, mega thread, they going off here on Reddit. Tried to cash my check. So I'm screwed. I've been on the phone for hours every day and I still haven't been connected to someone who could trace my payment. Not only that, I just found out I have COVID, so now that I'm out of work, I'm screwed. Not really sure if there's any way. I'm like, this is what's going on, man. I did not know. I do know, and this is why I feel that July is going to be hotter than hot unless Congress comes out and provides some relief. Because if they do not provide, and also half the states that had eviction moratoriums in place, they're expired, and most of the moratoriums are going to expire in July. And the 600, like you can debate me all day you want to. Congress is not going to improve an additional $600 per week stimulus. They're not going to do it. They've already seen what they ain't going to do it. I know that people like, please give me that money. Give me that money. Give me that money. They ain't going to do it. I mean, when you are an employer and you can't get your employee back because they're making more money on unemployment, that is called a significant issue. And they're going to fix that. I could see them maybe doing an additional 300 or 250 or something like that. But in the $600 is gone. That was a mistake to begin with. And you're going to have people who going to lose their ever living mind come July 25th. What? My unemployment check a little short. It's a little light. What? Wait. Let me call the unemployment people. Unemployment office. Hey, this James A. Jones. My little check it's a little light. It's like $600 light. Where my money? You will have people who will be clowning like that. You will have that level of clowning. This will be going on. You will have people who will also, because essentially where we are, and businesses are getting that smoke. We have so many businesses that are going under. We have small mom and pop businesses, and we have mainstream businesses that are going on. Gold's Gym. Many of these gyms, they're going under, which is one of the reasons that unemployment is going to remain high for a long time. You can't, once again, I only got a little bit of clap back on the comments about this one clown. Because, see, let me go ahead and explain something to you. This is your hustling godfather. I have run real businesses, paying real employees, real money, and I don't come up here with just mere opinions and assumptions. All of the stuff I bring you is based upon my experience as a business owner. I'm not out here hoping and wishing that, oh golly gee whiz, they go cut us another check. Like some of you who are coming at me talking about, for you fools, like you are a fool if you even begin to shape your mouth that the economy is good or there's going to be a V-shaped recovery. Anybody that tells me there's going to be V-shaped recovery, you're already telling me that you're an idiot. And you don't know how to read economic indicators, and you don't know how to look at the economy with a unbiased perspective. Well, I'm a Republican. So the economy's going to come back. It's got to. It's got to. This reminds me, years and years ago, when I was at the storage auction trail, I was with my boy Bill, and Bill bought this unit, and Bill paid too much for this unit, and he kept saying, it's got to be in there. It's got to be in there. And, the rule of thumb is you bid on what you see. You don't bid on what you don't see. And Bill was bidding on what he did not see. And Bill lost his ass on that unit. So one of the things you've got to understand, I deal from the perspective of truth. I don't deal with this namby-pamby, oh, God, oh, golly gee whiz, I don't want no more bad news. I'm going to give you the real. I'm going to tell you the truth. And everything that I have done in these live streams for the last few months has been 100% spot on. When all of these YouTube channels were doing these stimulus check updates, and I was like, they ain't going to happen. They ain't going to cut you a check. They ain't going to cut you a check. And here we are months later. There has not been another stimulus check or even a significant proposal until Donald Trump realized that if I don't cut the American people another check, my chances of getting reelected are really slim, because I can see the Democratic ads. Hey, America, we the Democrats, we wanted to give you a check, but Donald Trump and the GOP Senate didn't want to do it. That's kind of like you lost your job. You've been evicted. You have no money, but you can still vote. You can still vote. And with the understanding that if we get a Democratic Senate and House, that these stimulus packages be coming. And if we get the trifecta, a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate, a Democratic House, oh, golly gee whiz. The stimulus checks, I like I said, I'm getting ready to start doing stimulus check updates on Savage Finance. I just got to do some research because, I just didn't feel that it was proper to be just regurgitating BS. But now the stimulus checks are about to become real. They're about to cut you some checks. Donald about to cut you some checks. It's about to happen. But it's going to be a calculated move. It's going to be a political move. And I guarantee you, if you get a check, it's going to be August or September. That's what it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. What's up? What's up? Agent J. Poole, Michigan governor is giving landlords $50 million if they take a 10% cut in the rent and keep the defaulting tenants. Only question is how many would actually get it. Government promises, man. Remember Katrina. Remember Houston. Hey, government promises. Pips, oh yeah, they go in the Big Mama's house. I did the video on that. Chris Monroe, I have a tenant that's behind about $3,500 deciding if I should evict. Hey Chris, that's on you, man. God is no corporate landlords are going through this as well. Simon Property Group is suing the Gap for $66 million in unpaid rent. Wow. Diamond Life, evictions in Houston is moving right along. They have no mercy. Hey. Junie, never in my life have I seen so many who traditionally vote Republican say they're voting their incumbents out of office. It's all about the money. America wants a stimulus check, Junie. They want a check. I said this. I'm like, if the GOP keeps going, no, America's going to go bye. The pop bubble. Do you find it strange the death rate hasn't jumped much along with the infection rate? Actually, the pop bubble that isn't true. Deaths have increased. Diamond life, pretty much. Give me my Trump check, pretty much. It appears the government well, if the Democrats get their way, I predict we will see some form of universal basic income. ACES, yeah, I've heard that they're cutting the funding for virus testing. Like Trump made this joke, like if we test more, we're going to get more tests, so we should slow down the testing. He actually said that on a hot mic, and now we're all of the stuff that virus testing funding is getting cut. That makes no sense to me. Dunamis, yep. Diamond life. If you're self-employed, I don't think you're gonna get any UBI. Lil Flex, my boy is loving that 600. There's a lot of people who are loving that additional $2,400 per month. When you have an LLC, you pay those taxes on your personal income tax from an individual. Rashida 19, it works the same way. You just all the money flows up through the holding company. I'm going to do a video on Savage Finance, probably a week or so, whether you should have an S corp or a traditional LLC. Bertha Cool, Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, said the extra 600 is fat working and helping the economy. Yeah, it is, but it's also hurting the economy because people would rather sit home and collect that additional $2,400 per month versus going back to work and making less money. Chris Monroe, van life, car life, and someone's couch life. Hey, once you get an eviction that stays in your credit for, I mean, it's going to be real hard for these people to find new housing. This is why homelessness is going to explode. Chris Monroe, whatever happened to the 80-degree weather killing the Rona? Hey, I debunked that months ago. I was like, because the Rona is exploding in Brazil and Florida. Ain't got nothing there but heat, man. Pluto man, why can't a man legally build? Actually, if you own the land, you could do what you want. Easy, easy. A lot of people are starting to bring those points up. Thank you, Willie. One. Willie is one. Oh, Patricia. Oh, it's all rest assured. There will be another stimulus check. This is a political move. See, the Democrats knew way back when that we need to get the people some stimulus, and the Democrats have been playing their hand like, "Hey, America, we're trying to give you some stimulus checks," and they were coming up with these crazy proposals. It was political. The Democrats have been playing politics for the longest, and the Republicans like, we got to cut these people another check. We gotta fix some of these problems. Yep. They will send a check about 90 days before election. Rod for real estate. Yep. That 90-day window. See, this is how it works. Like Trump was impeached. Trump has done all of this stuff. Trump said this racist stuff about Charlottesville. People don't even remember that. If you were to go out in public and mention what Trump did during Charlottesville, most people would not know what you were talking about. They wouldn't. So 90 day window before the election is the most important time because that's what people remember, and this is what people base their voting decisions on. Chris Monroe. These folks, I'm telling you, I did not know how many people were looking. I mean, let's talk about $1,200. Let me see some. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right, so I got $700, which is a little bit over half of $1,200. That ain't a lot of money, man, to me. See, I have to put that disclaimer on it. It ain't a lot of money to me, but to the average American making $2,500 per month, $1,200 is quite significant. Being the bartender, hey, they be getting off. Life or business, I have said that Trump has a very good chance of being reelected. It just depends on what goes down these 90 days. So we will see. Because, like, all of these polls and all of this stuff about Trump, I saw this in 2016. I saw the same thing in 2016. And then Comey, remember the FBI director Comey came out with this, we're investigating Hillary 2 weeks before the election. Killed her. God is no FB Cruz about stimulus checks. Wow, folks just sitting around getting moist and juicy thinking about that free money. I'm telling you, man, when I saw that, I was crazy. Google handle if you can get on unemployment. And I talked about that. There are millions of people who are eligible for unemployment but have not been able to get through. Here's what's funny. In Illinois, the unemployment office do not answer any phone ups. Julie, Trump was so extra with the checks. I got direct deposit and Trump sent a letter to me to make sure I knew who was responsible for the money. I guarantee you, this next stimulus check, Trump is going to make sure that people, he will probably do an address. Hey, America, after long consideration and debate, I decided that you were going to get it. I mean, it's going to be something like that. AJ, people have too much time on their hands. They laid off. They don't have no job, man. Byron, buy their drums. People will rot once the money runs out in July. I've saved every penny of my unemployment checks. Most of these people are already living above their means and weren't saving at all. Pretty much. Pretty much. Google handle. Yeah, I didn't understand that these same people were afraid to come outside, but George Floyd was murdered and they came out and protested. Well, there was a lot of people whose stimulus money was sent to their tax preparers, and it was crazy because these folks didn't have real checking accounts. Dunamis Glendon, how do you respond to someone who says there's a V-shaped recovery based on the housing market indicators? That this person is uninformed. Housing prices have been dropping, and many people are afraid to put their houses on the market because they know that it's a bad market. Jingle fever is real out here. Jingle, jingle. And Trump sending out letters, man. Google handlers, do you guys know how long the line for unemployment benefits was in Kentucky? You know it's real when white people are suffering. Levi Reed, the numbers could like be 10 times what they were. We ain't shutting the economy down. Homelessness with a new Walmart television. That's funny, charlatan. My best friend who works for a major hospital in Houston says that every other case that comes in the ER is corona. Hey, Michael, this is why July is going to be hot, man. John Truth, get right. If everyone that got a stimulus check or the unemployment check started a business of some kind, economy would get better suddenly. Hey, I've been saying that. Dorian Nance, that's funny. Tony Smith, two of my friends have children moved back in. Both of them had six-figure jobs for living beyond their means. You're definitely on to something. They go in the big mama's house. The name is these 4 years have been some of the most drama by any president, and not even just the media putting it up. Trump's White House has been on fire, and it ain't gonna matter. Pretty much 1,200 of this pennies. Jigga Jinx. Well, Trump is trying to stay in office because once Trump comes out of office, all of these lawsuits and investigations, he can actually end up in being in jail. So this is another reason. Because Trump, how old is Trump? Trump is what, 77? So Trump is 74 years old. So if he gets to do another 4 years as the president, he will be almost 80. Joe Biden is 77. Melania Trump is 50. He got him a young chick. He got him a youngin'. Ain't mad at him. Not mad at him. Jigga Jinx, Trump got that bounty stuff over his head, so he needs the stimulus check to be a generous amount. Hey, Google handouts, I would disagree. If they don't pass it on the stimulus, Trump ain't going to win. Because once again, go to the stimulus check videos, read the comments, go to some of these Facebook group, read the comments. White people, as someone said, white people are suffering. White people have an angry situation with Trump. If there's no second stimulus package, Trump will not win, and we will have a Democratic House, a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic president. And then we will have all types of stimulus proposals. I will be doing a weekly stimulus check update videos on Savage Finance because it will become very real at that point. So how bad do you think unemployment will get in terms of the numbers? I think true unemployment is at 50 million right now. Worst it's ever been. We're in Kentucky. I'm up in Northeast 1200. Ain't nothing up here. Life for business. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I'm going to get a condo in New York. The price dropped 40 grand. I don't know if I should buy it now. See if the price drops. Let the economy burn. Oh man, you're going to see real estate prices really start to crash 2021. If you're looking for a house, you can wait. You can sit and wait 6 months. I mean, it ain't going. There's some people who need a house like right now. They can't afford to wait. But 2021, because I've already seen rents go down. I have been seeing real estate prices in my market drop. Oh, you know what? Arnie Glover, let's go ahead and see what's going on with the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been above 9,000 for let's see. It's been trading between 9,000. It went up to 10,000 June 1st, but it has been dropping every. It's been that's it's about to hit 8,000, 8,800 or something. You are correct. The crypto folks have been real quiet. Yeah, 2021, we're going to see some craziness. OSF Music, thank you for the $10 super chat. So we will see some gangster stuff. But, July is going to be a really pivotal month for the economy. If we continue to have layoffs of over a million a week, and then as we start to see these people get evicted, this is just going to be nasty. Oh, a 6K to one income expense. Need a better car. Looking to finance a 21. Don't finance a car. Get you a car you can pay cash for. OSF Music. Charlie, my tenant just dropped off 1350 for July. Don't rely on government checks. Patricia, if we follow the money, who would we be following? The money is going to the corporations. I really hadn't heard a lot from Gary Vee lately. I don't know what's going on with Gary Vee. I think I'm going to have to check out some of his content. Yep, PayPal. I'm going to start talking about crypto on Savage. It's coming. Get ready to get some good. I think there's going to be some crazy deals in 2020. Unemployment's going to keep going up. We're going to have a lot of people who will start to get evicted, and that foreclosure crisis. It's going. Yep, the an Instagram per go below, get, and I will